So in this video we have the role of Zn in group theory. There are different categories in congruence classes modulo n which form a group. See, the congruence classes modulo n can be of this category, that is Zn we call our Zn, under addition modulo n, and then this is congruence classes modulo n, and then we collect only the units, that is the integers, the congruence classes which have inverses with respect to multiplication modulo n. So that collection we denote as Zn cross, that is we superfix that cross, and that is called reduced residue classes modulo n or reduced congruence classes modulo n. And another category is this, the ZP star under multiplication modulo p, where p is a prime number. So we have these three categories, congruence classes modulo n, that collection under addition modulo n, and then reduced residue classes modulo n under multiplication modulo n, and collection of all congruence classes modulo p under multiplication modulo p. So these three different categories that we have when we consider congruence classes. So we will see in the following videos as well as in this video itself, that what are the orders of these groups, and if we consider each and every one of them, how the subgroups will be, and then order of each element in each of these subgroups, how to find, and how many of them will be. So all those details that we will have. So first we have this Zn under addition modulo n, the group of integers modulo n. The operation, these two operations are already discussed. Whenever we consider the sum, addition modulo n, it is equivalence class I plus j if I plus j is less than n. Otherwise we have to subtract n from the sum. And we have, using this, we can have the addition modulo 6 as the operation, and Z6, and this is how the table will look like. Now in the case of finite group, we can have the Cayley table, from which whether it forms a group or not we can easily identify by seeing that the any row or column will not have any of the elements being repeated. There will not be any repetition in any row or column of the elements. So in the same way, for Z7 under addition modulo 7, we have this table. Now for example, suppose I want to find class 2 addition modulo 6, class 5 say. Class 2 with class 5 gives me class 7, but 7 is a number which is greater than 6, so I'll have to subtract 6 from that 7, so I get 1. So we have this to be class 2 addition modulo 6, class 2 addition modulo 5 to be class 1. So likewise we can fill up this table, or rather we can form this Cayley table. So from, as there are no repetition, we can easily conclude that Z6 under addition modulo 6 forms a group. In the same way, Z7 under addition modulo 7. Now next is reduced residue classes modulo n. Now what do we mean by that? See, in the case of addition, in the case of congruence classes modulo n, with respect to multiplication, not all of the elements will have inverse. For example, in Z6, if you consider 2 or 3 or even 4, they do not have inverse. So in that case, we cannot say that Zn under multiplication n forms a group. So we collect those elements which have inverse under multiplication modulo n. So those elements will satisfy this condition. So we have all those elements in Zn such that the GCD of x with n is 1, that is, they are relatively prime. So such elements are collected, and they are actually called as units, the invertible elements. So that is denoted in this way, Zn superfix cross. So this is called the group of units in this, and they are actually the number of, the order of this will be the number of elements which are less than n and relatively prime to n, which is nothing but by the definition of Euler's phi function is phi of n. Now, in the case of Z6 under multiplication modulus 6 is not a graph, but Z6 suffix that cross, that is group of units in Z6, namely 1 and 5, under multiplication modulus 6, it will form a graph. And in the case of Z8 cross, Z8 under multiplication modulo 8 is not a graph, but Z8 cross under multiplication modulo 8 will be a group, because its elements are 1, 3, 5, 7, and it's again an example for Klein's 4 group. So all these are examples for finite abelian groups also. And the next one is ZP under ZP star under multiplication modulo P is a group where P is a prime number. Now, when we consider Z7 under multiplication modulo 7, we can see that there is no repetition in either the rows or columns. Whereas when we consider Z6 under multiplication modulo 6, we can see that, see here 2 is repeated twice, and 0 is repeated here, 3 is also repeated, both 2 and 4 are repeated, and here of course there is no repetition, but any row or column, if it is containing an element occurring again, then in that case we cannot call that to be a group under that particular operation. So we have Z6 under multiplication modulo 6 to be not a group. Now, in these cases, these are the three cases in the case of congruence classes modulo n that we had. Zn under addition modulo n, Zn cross under multiplication modulo n, Zp star. Why the star? We are excluding 0. So Zp star multiplication modulo P. So these are the three groups that we have considered so far. Obviously the number of elements, order of Zn means the number of elements present in that is n. In this case it is Euler's phi function phi of n, and in this case because Zp consists of p elements, whereas we are excluding 0, that is why this is Zp star. So we just got p minus 1 number of elements. So we have orders of all these groups to be n, phi of n, and p minus 1. Now, as for subgroups of Zn under addition modulo n are considered, we know the definition of a subgroup under the operation in G. H itself, if it forms a group, then we call that non-empty subset H to be a subgroup. If I have a finite subcollection, then closure alone is enough. So it is enough we check only the closure property. And so the number of proper divisors of n gives the, we can see there is a result which states that the number of proper divisors of n gives the number of subgroups of Zn. So we are not proving any of the results. We just want to give or appreciate the fascinating examples in group theory. So that is the main aim of this lecture series. So we are not here to give the proof of any of the results. Now if we have n to be p, then there are no proper subgroups of Zp under addition modulo p. Remember, Zp star under multiplication modulo p is a group, and here Zp under addition modulo p is also a group, but we have just a p number of elements present in that, and the result says that the number of proper divisors of n gives the number of subgroups of Zn, whereas when we have n to be p, we don't have any proper divisors of that prime number, and therefore we don't have any proper subgroups in the case of Zp under addition modulo p. Now to list out the subgroups of this group Zn under addition modulo 10, we have the group generated by class 2, namely 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and the group generated by 5, namely 0 and 5. So these are proper subgroups of Zn. So the number of proper divisors, if we consider the number 10, what are all its divisors? We have 1, 2, proper divisors. So 1 proper means we will not have 1, So you have 2 and 5. These are the proper divisors. The other two are 1 and 10. But we want only proper divisors, so 2 and 5. So number of proper divisors being 2, we have number of proper subgroups of Zn to be just 2, and they are given by the set consisting of 0 and 5, then the set consisting of 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now in the case of Z36, if we have A to B, we shall call A to be the group which is given by these collection of elements, and then the next one B to be generated by this class 3, we have this, and other than that class the group generated by 4, 6, 9, 12, 18. So these are all proper divisors of 36. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12 and 18. So these being proper divisors, we have so many subgroups of our Z36. Now subgroup in this case is given by, this is the generalization, the group generated by D, class D, where D is a divisor of N. So in Z10 we have class 2 and class 5. The same thing is given for the generalized case. Then in the case of group of units, we can have this result. It's given in Gallian book. So we have for n greater than 1, k any integer, the subgroup of this, because this is a group of units, we have not very much dealt with the subgroups of these groups. These groups we might have considered, but not the subgroups they are considered. So how are they found? That is the subgroups. We must know, the method. Of course, we have the condition that being finite, closure is enough to check whether, but for large values of n, the process will be very tedious. So for which, if we have a short method to have the subgroups, how to determine the subgroups, then it will be easy. So it is given in that book that any subset of Zn cross which is of this kind will definitely be a subgroup. So it is denoted in this way, and it is all those elements in that is units which satisfy this condition. Then x should be equal to kt plus 1 mod n. So in that way, if we have n to be say 10, we can have, see, remember this k, no restriction on kk, some integer. So when we vary, we will have repetition of the same collection, say 1379 or 1739, like that. So as a sample, we have this. When we have n to be 10, u3 of 10, satisfying this condition, because n is known, so we can, k is also known 3, so we can easily determine what are the elements in Zn cross satisfying this condition. So when we perform that, we get u3 of 10 to be 1, the set consisting of 1, 7, 3 and 9. And the same way for these examples also we have. So this is how the subgroups of Zn cross which are not dealt very frequently is given. Next we have subgroups of Zp star under multiplication modulo p. Now Zp star has exactly one subgroup for each divisor of p minus 1. Now for example, if we consider Z7 star under multiplication modulo 7, the divisors of 7 minus 1, namely 6, are 1, 2, 3 and 6. Now its 4 subgroups are given by this. Now how do we say that these are the 4? See, there are 4 subgroups. The number of subgroups is determined from here, from this statement. How many ever divisors that you have, so many subgroups that you have. So it is not only deciding how many subgroups that we can have for such a group, but how are they determined? That is also very important. So for which we need to know the concept of finding order of an element of a group, which is dealt in which is going to be dealt in the next video. That we see that these ZP star under multiplication modulo P is always a cyclic group. So you find the generators of this, and other than the generators, what are the elements that we have? That singleton one and this one are definite subgroups. So other than that, how to determine these subgroups? There are 4 subgroups known, and how to determine the other subgroups is done in this way. That is, you find the generators. So all those generators will be accounting for this group. That's a group as well as subgroup. And the remaining elements, they have some order. Remember that even that order should be divisor of this P minus 1. So from that, what are the elements that are left out? They will be generating a subgroup, and they are nothing but the groups that what we have mentioned here, the subgroups. And in the same way, for this also there are 4 divisors for 10. If it is Z11 star, 11 minus 1 being 10, we have 4 divisors. So there are 4 subgroups. And again, the same reasoning. The generators will account for this, and one that will be a definite subgroup, proper subgroup, trivial subgroup, and this one is determined. Other than the generators, the other elements, they will generate subgroups. So they are nothing but they are given by these subgroups. So they will generate a smaller group. So they are definitely contained in the given one. So they are subgroups. So that is how we determine the other subgroups. Right. Now for this we make use of even Lagrange's theorem. If G is a finite group and H is a subgroup of G, then order of H divides order of G. Now the converse of Lagrange's theorem holds if you have G to be finite cyclic group. So in this case we can say that converse of Lagrange's theorem holds good. One more thing that what we notice is Zn under addition modulo n is cyclic, Zp star under multiplication modulo p is also cyclic, whereas this is cyclic only when n takes the value 2, 4, p power m, 2 into p power m, that p is an odd prime. So these are the 3 categories that we have when we consider congruence classes modulo a number. So in each of the 3 cases, we have seen that they form a group, and what are their orders, and what are their subgroups, how many subgroups that they can have, so all that we had. So in the next video, we will have how to find order of an element of not for the general group, but for these specifically these 3 groups. So that will be dealt in the following video.